What if your child's future motor skills, memory, and even sleep were shaped by what you're exposed to during pregnancy? Would you change how you shop, drink, and breathe at home?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster. Today we're examining evidence that prenatal exposure to a common pesticide, chlorpyrifos, leaves lasting marks on brain structure, breathing during sleep, and mitochondrial health, and what you can do now to lower exposure in daily life.
I'm Alara Sky. We'll translate current findings into clear actions you can take, including filtering water, improving indoor air, moving regularly, and choosing organic produce more strategically. Chlorpyrifos has been used in American agriculture since 1965. Despite a proposed federal ban in 2017, it remains in circulation, prompting some states to impose their own limits. The concern isn't abstract. Studies now link prenatal exposure with measurable changes in how your child's brain is built and how it functions years later.
A JAMA neurology analysis followed school-aged children whose mothers had detectable chlorpyrifos during pregnancy. Researchers paired advanced brain imaging with behavioral testing, comparing higher versus lower prenatal exposure. The design asked a simple question with enormous stakes. If exposure happened only in the womb, do the effects persist?
The answer was yes. Children with higher prenatal exposure showed thicker cortex in specific frontal, temporal, and posterior inferior regions. In a developing brain, extra thickness in the wrong areas suggests disrupted pruning, those early edits that refined circuits for efficient communication. That disruption tracks with weaker cognitive and motor outcomes.
White matter volume was also reduced in overlapping regions. White matter bundles, wrapped in myelin, enable fast signaling between areas. When those pathways thin, communication slows. The pattern helped explain the study's behavioral results: poorer coordination, slower fine motor speed, and difficulty with tasks like writing, buttoning, or executing multi-step movements.
Blood flow and neuronal density were lower as well. Less oxygen and nutrient delivery, alongside fewer functioning neurons, points to a brain working with diminished resources. Together, the structural and functional findings map onto the everyday challenges caregivers notice first: clumsier hand movements, slower planning, and fatigue with precision tasks.
Under the surface, researchers saw signatures of oxidative stress and neuroinflammation. During fetal development, those forces impair mitochondria, the energy producers in your cells. Damaged mitochondria then feed more inflammation and oxidative stress, creating a cycle that helps explain widespread blood flow reductions and lower neuronal density across exposure groups.
Another study in PLOS1 traced exposure from a different angle. Mother mice received chlorpyrifos from conception through weaning. Their offspring never got the pesticide directly. As adults, those offspring were monitored for brain activity during sleep and breathing patterns. The timing matters. The team asked if early life exposure alone could echo into adulthood.
It did. Offspring showed more abnormal breathing events, including elevated sighs, and significantly more sleep apneas during sleep. The effect was strongest in females, suggesting that sex-specific biology can amplify risk. Critically, the usual maturation-related decline in apneas didn't happen. The early exposure appeared to block that protective change.
Looking inside the brain, the hippocampus, central to memory and stress regulation, told a consistent story. Female offspring exposed before birth had higher inflammatory cytokines, including interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, and lower activity of protective genes known as peroxisome proliferator activated receptors. That combination sustains neuroinflammation and removes natural breaks that would otherwise limit damage.
Epigenetics also shifted. Two histone-regulating genes, KDM5C and KDM6B, were significantly reduced in exposed females. When histone marks aren't removed as they should be, entire gene programs change. The implication is durable. Prenatal exposure can reset how your brain responds to stress, inflammation, and memory formation later in life.
Mechanistically, chlorpyrifos metabolizes into CPF-oxon, a compound that inhibits acetylcholinesterase. With that enzyme blocked, acetylcholine accumulates and overstimulates neural circuits that govern breathing rhythm, sleep cycles, attention, and coordination. The observed motor and respiratory changes align with this overstimulation pattern.
So, what can you do now to reduce exposure for yourself and your family? Start with water. Pesticide residues can enter municipal and well supplies. Installing high-quality filtration at the point of entry and at the tap adds 2 layers of protection. Whole home filtration also matters for showers, since your skin absorbs water as well as what you drink.
Next, make movement a routine tool for detox support. Sweating helps eliminate certain chemicals through your skin. Prioritize regular activity and keep high-intensity training to about 75 minutes per week. Medium-intensity exercise is easier to sustain without overshooting the sweet spot. The target is consistency that promotes steady sweating without added stress.
Improve indoor air quality. Pesticides drift, settle on dust, and can be tracked inside. HEPA-equipped air purifiers, frequent dust removal with non-toxic methods, and mindful ventilation choices make a difference. If you live near fields or businesses that spray, keep windows closed during peak hours to limit infiltration.
Choose organic produce whenever you can, especially for foods your children eat frequently. Even swapping your most used items, apples, strawberries, or leafy greens, cuts exposure measurably. If access is an issue, you can still source clean foods. Directories and groups like American Grass-Fed Association, Eat Wild, Local Harvest, Farmers Markets listings, the Eat Well Guide, Weston A. Price Foundation chapters, the Grass-Fed Exchange, and Cornucopia Institute ratings help you locate trustworthy producers. For raw dairy, resources such as realmilk.com, rawmilkfacts.com, and the Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund provide state-by-state guidance. California shoppers can use the RAWFARM store locator.
The thread through all this is control. You can't change past exposure, but you can shrink future contact points in the places you touch every day. Your glass, your air, and your plate. Small, repeatable upgrades compound into lower risk over time. Here's your challenge. Today, pick 2 actions. Install or verify a drinking water filter and choose 3 high-use fruits or vegetables to buy organic this week. Over the next 7 days, add 1 indoor step. Run a HEPA purifier where you sleep, or do a full non-toxic dust wipe of common surfaces. If you live near agricultural spraying, keep windows closed during those hours. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.